It is day 17 of the government shutdown, and according to an article by Reuters, the shutdown may cost the U.S. economy as much as $15 billion a week in lost output. Joining us to talk more about this and more about the shutdown, the impact, the potential impact, is Dr. Paul Isley. He's a frequent guest, Associate Dean and Professor of Economics at GVSU. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We were talking just before we started about the impact. It's been 17 days. So as you look at it right now, what kind of an impact has it had, or has it had an impact on the economy yet?
Yeah, generally the first 2 weeks isn't much of an impact. And it's sort of sad that we now know that from many iterations, that the first 2 weeks don't do much. As you start to get into the third week, things start to accelerate. And by the time you get to day 30, then there's real impacts that start to last. And that's what we're watching for now.
Yeah, and let's say, and I hope it doesn't, but let's say this does continue. Does the impact kind of grow exponentially as we move further and further into this?
Yeah, you're already seeing the list of things that are shutting down, the functions of government that have run out of money start to accelerate. And so right now we're looking, at about 60 billion a month. By the time we get another month down, then we'd be looking at about 150 billion a month.
So this is going to have a real world consequence, but you just said something which is kind of interesting. Unfortunately, we know what this looks like because we've been past 30 days before on a shutdown. So that's kind of how we gauge, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have past history to see this. And because we have past history to see this, we can see that that contractors aren't being paid, and those contractors not being paid for 2 weeks isn't a big deal, but not being paid for 4 weeks is. That functions of government start to shut down in sequencing form as we continue through the shutdown. So the longer it goes, the less we are able to keep the economy moving, the less we're able to do things like enter new people into Social Security and do things like that. Those things start to become harder and harder to do as we move into this.
And that's when you're going to see real pushback from everyday citizens, when it really starts to impact them like that. What other ways will it impact people that maybe up to this point haven't really felt the pain? They're not government employees. They, haven't been turned away from the Washington Monument. But as this goes along, at a time when we are already still paying elevated prices for things, how will this impact families?
Well, this will start slowing down the overall economy. So it's going to start to create pockets of unemployment in the United States. It's going to start to cause distrust of the United States. Is going to start to cause problems with our interest rates because it'll mess around with what people are willing to lend us here in the United States. So all of that starts to impact the person at home.
Does a shutdown like this cause the people that lend us money, other countries around the world, do they look at us and say, we don't know if we can trust you with this money? I mean, they too have seen it a lot of times before.
They've seen it a lot of times before, but what's different right now is over the last 6 months, they've been losing trust in us. And so this is now the straw that breaks the camel's back, as opposed to something less than that.
We could do the rest of the half hour with you, but we've got to go. I thank you so much for coming in. I hope you come back and talk, and hopefully when the government opens back up and soon.
Yeah, awesome.